Halito, Halito, Aseo, all my brothers and my sisters. There's a quick message right here. Just letting you know, you confront minds, my family, let you know, you don't get shot down every time. Because my children, they know who they are. Because I know who I am. And that's why I focus on letting you know, you need to read, you need to teach, you need to pass that down through your children. Because the 2020 census is going to be coming around the corner. You walking around calling yourself African American. And you're not African American. Because African Americans are not African. Okay? Know thyself. Had my son call me today, and a student challenged him and said, "You are African." And he says, "No, I'm not. I'm an Aboriginal. I'm an Indigenous American." He said, "No, you're not. You are in some way related to Africa." And he said, "No, I'm not." So my son called me. So I take the phone call, and he says, "Mom, please tell this boy that I am not African." I said, "Did you tell him?" "Yes, I did." So the child proceeded to tell me, "Isn't your son African?" "No, he's not. He's not African. We're not African." I said, "You may be African. Are you from Africa?" "You're African. We're not African." So he says, "I'm Caucasian." No, say, "European. Where are you coming from?" You know who we are. So don't classify us right in front of my son's face. Don't try to classify us with what you want us to be. We know who we are. My son knows who he is. So you got a problem with that. So I told him to go do some research. I challenged his mind, his mentality. Go do your own research. You see, even in the schools, our children, they must be aware of who they are, because they're going to be challenged on the daily. Because they have us classified and reclassified and took our name, took our language, took our land. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It really is. But you have to prepare your children. If you're not preparing your children, that's on you. I fault you. I fault you for not sitting down your kids and acknowledging, letting them know who they are, because African Americans are not African. So it's your fault if you're not teaching your children. You need to pass that down quickly. And then you know what else? It's so sad. We have so many of our so-called African Americans that are walking around thinking that they are African. They're not. It's okay, boo-boo. We can help you out with that. But you gotta open up your mind. You gotta open up your eyes. You gotta read. You gotta get into them books. You have to get into those books. You just need to get deep. Okay? You need to be at the Library of Congress. You need to be in the archives, the National Archives. You need to get deep so you get a deep understanding mentally of who you are. You've been brainwashed. Okay? You've been brainwashed. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I mean, really. How much abuse can you allow yourself? How much abuse can you allow yourself to go through? You have the control over that. You do. You have the control over what you want to believe, what you don't want to. Here is videos right here. You have books, you have libraries, you have videos, you have reliable resources, and you don't want to believe them. You don't even want to read them. You want to believe everything in the schools, everything that your teacher told you was a lie. They could not tell you. They gave you a snippet of a little bit of information. That little information, and I've said this before in my past videos, when you go to school, okay, whether it's a lie, it's going to be some truth and some half-truths and some lies. It is your obligation, it is your responsibility to do the research. Your parents should be doing the research. They should not be sending you onto school and not challenging what you're learning in school. You got to open up those books. You have to open up those books. Even everything that I'm saying, you need to open up those books and challenge what I'm saying to you. Challenge it. You need to read it for yourself. Now, I was riding my bike, but I took a break. I was talking to Phoenix Moon for a little bit, but we're going to hook up and talk again. Love you, sister. But right now, I had to get this off my chest. You need to be doing the research, looking that stuff up, okay? Your teachers at these schools are sending material home with these students, with your child, and you are not going over that material. You're only looking at the history books that they're sending home. You need to go deeper and beyond what those history books are teaching your children. You need to go deep and beyond what your public library has to offer. You need to go deep and beyond Google or Bing or any type of engine searches on the internet. You need to go deep into those books. See, one thing my mom did tell me that I really holds true. So many things, but one thing that really always chime in. She says, they can't take knowledge from you. You can't take that. And I feed it. I may not have the dollars, but I compensate it with the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? I may not have the dollars, but I compensate it with the knowledge. I'm in my books. I'm in my reading. I'm in the know. I know who I am. Okay? And your children should know who they are. They're our next generation. They are our legacy. Okay? On this indigenous land. Okay? We need our warriors to step up to know who they are. All right? Right? So that when they're faced with different challenges at school, you know, they know it don't sound right. They know it's not right. Like in security would say, if it don't look right, it ain't right. And that wasn't right. He knew it wasn't. He said, look, I'm not African. I'm an indigenous man. I'm indigenous. And what did he put on my Mother's Day letter yesterday? It says things that, you know, your mother likes and, you know, what she's about, basically. And he says indigenous. My mom is about reading books, old books and new books. Why? You know why? Because I demonstrate by example. I lead by example. That's why. And then I have that felt board in the corner, and I'm teaching my children. You know, I make a diagram of the so-called slave ships, and I pile them in all together. I give them the story about their grandmother, how I had to turn her every 2 hours so she wouldn't have no bed sores after her stroke. All right? I said, now how is that possible in a slave ship? Okay, and my mom could not get up because I had to roll her, and I had to do all the changing and the cleaning for her if the CNA didn't come in there, if my sister didn't come in there to help her. Who was helping them? And who was going to clean up all the vomit and the menstrual blood and the poop and the pee and all the diseases that's going on? Who was going to do all that? And who was feeding them? They had to eat. Come on now. It ain't even possible. Bull crap. Get that out of my face. And I taught my children. I let them know it is not freaking possible. We didn't come on no slave ships. So let's get it together. Know thyself. Know thyself. If you don't know yourself, somebody's gonna know you, and they're gonna make you into what they want you to do, want you to be. That's what they've been doing all this time, and they try to reclassify us again. Come on now. We as a people should understand that. Why we got to go through name change? I give my son one name. I might give him a nickname. I might. We call him June. All right. You know, that just proves I'm indigenous. Because everybody got a June bug up in there. That's what we do. However, I ain't reclassifying him. I know who he is. So here we are, indigenous people, and they reclassify. We get a new doggone name every so many years. Come on, wake up, y'all. Come on. Get out of here with that. Anyway, I'm done for the day. I don't got hyped up and everything because, you know, when it hits close to home, if you feel it, you feel it. But you know what? The creator, strong, wise, allow me to penetrate all my children, and those are my two youngest, and they are wildfire. Let me tell you, don't even touch that, because you know we're gonna come back on you strong. Because we know who we are. Okay, we see it. You know, we're walking around in the crowd and we know it. We hear it. We see the looks. We see it. But they give me that look, me and my kids, we got a look like, yeah, we know who we are. But you know, matter of fact, you know who we are too. That's why you're holding your, not holding your pocketbook, because you got so much more. It's not, you're not holding your pocketbook now. You're trying to hold on to the land, because you're trying to hold on. The land is the pocketbook now, you see, because you know we coming back for our pocketbook. All right, the land. That's right. We're coming back for that. Coming back for that. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate all of your support. But man, that's my heart right there. I'm telling you right there. That's my heart. When your child give you a phone call and let you know that somebody trying to call them some doggone African, all right? and he knows himself. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you need to be pouring into your children on a daily basis. You need to be checking them. You need to be checking them and making sure they know who they are. Not on just who they are, the information on how they know who they are. Break that down to them. And they don't have to yell and scream it. Okay? They don't have to yell and scream it. All right? It's a natural thing, baby. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. Just like this dirt right here. See that? That's a natural thing. That's how indigenous I am. That's how indigenous we are. We are one with the earth, buddy. How about that? How about that? Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think I said a mouthful. Love you.